Alright, welcome back. So this is the video some of you have been waiting for. It's the R200 LSD swap with the OEM one. Currently Chris is underneath the 280 right now. We're basically going to drop the diff. He's lining up some blocks. We're going to cut some blocks to get some cushion for this. So basically Chris is saying that we need to get more height, so we're going to stack these blocks a little bit more. Jeez. Oh boy, that's high. All right. All right. Sound effects?
Son of a bitch.
How many bolts? It's 1, 2, those 2, 4. Just to get that member off. God damn, dude. I heard that crack. Oh, did it snap? Did it snap?
No, that's Nissan foot poundage for you, bro.
Yeah, 43 years of locked in place. It's probably that's never been broken off since 1982 and a half, or 83. Wait, late 83 actually. And just for y'all to know, I was 10 years old when this car was made. Get it! Get it! Somebody's gonna hold the camera. So what were you talking about?
Alright guys, so we're under the car. Now I've done S chassis like 240SXs and Zs, but I've never done a 280Z. And this is, suspension is significantly different.
Yeah, there's actually a difference between the S130 and the S30 chassis. So he's worked on
you can drop
S130s.
You can drop the diff without dropping the subframe on those cars, but this one it looks like it's gonna have to be the subframe that comes down. This cross member here that bolts up to these arms, and then we're gonna have to take the axles off, of course, because we need to take these off and install them. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. We need to take these axles off to plug them into our new diff, which means there's some serious disassemblage happening. A lot more than I was expecting. But thanks for taking a look under here with us. Keep in mind, if you tackle this by yourself, it's going to be quite intricate to take care of. But
Mark everything, record everything you're doing. That way you can rewind the video and say, oh, that's where that bolt was. What you don't want is having leftover bolts.
Yeah, usually not that much of a problem, because there's just big bolts in here. But
yeah, and this like is the last time you see this exhaust, by the way, too. This exhaust is going.
We did the dash the other day, and there was a few leftover bolts, and we thought we took care of everything. But that's usually true about some parts, but probably not this one. But anyways, guys, we'll be back. We'll put in a few hours and keep you informed. Thanks.
Do a good pan and look of the exhaust, because that's going to be the other future video we're doing, is that we're replacing the video. We're doing a video on the new exhaust.
Yeah, hey
so
guys.
This right here looks like, what is this, look like 2 1/4?
This exhaust is homebred. Somebody did a favor. This looks like 2 1/2.
It's 2 1/2 or 2 1/4?
2 1/2. 2.5 with some smaller sections.
Yeah.
And mandrel bends.
There's no mandrel bends. These are all. Yeah, these are all different circumferences.
Yeah. These are.
It goes from 2.5 to 2 1/4, 2.5 to 2 1/4.
Performance buddy bends.
Hey, don't worry. It's functional. Some people like it, and that's great.
Yeah,
I really like the 3-inch.
It's not pretty, but it works.
It works. It's functional. That's all.
If you're in a pinch, this is quite a nice exhaust. But if you got $1 to spare and some artistic eye, yeah, you're definitely gonna want to take care of this a lot better.
There's a thing about mandrel. It just rolls off the tongue perfectly.
Anyways.
Mandrel T304 stainless steel.
We'll be in touch, guys.
Yes. Next video. Okay, what are you taking off right now?
Just a shield.
Just a shield. All right, so while Chris is doing this part, we move the board forward, and that way we can take off the member here, the cross member, and then get to diff. While he's doing that, I'm taking the rims off. Okay, so just took the tire off. Chris is already disassembling everything else right here. You can see those Votland springs and KYB shocks. Those are going to be disappearing. If Apex Engineering gives me a holler, we're going to do the whole race suspension, so I won't have to get a strut brace for the rear. And you won't see this anymore, just a rod. They have one for the S30 chassis, their beta, or in their testing phase for the S130. I'm trying to see if they'll let me get my paws on one so I can try it out for them. Bench test it, so to speak. So if they see this video, hey, holler at your boy. We could use it. Alright, so tires are off. Chris has disconnected everything else. Man, this exhaust has got it. But let me show you what we got so far. Alright, so he's pretty much disconnected everything else. We're going to disconnect the brake lines next. And then the subframe comes down. These 2 bolts come down. Once we get the subframe off, then the diff will be ready to be dropped. Of course, he's already got the bolts cut off, removed here, and on the other side. So this should just fall right off once he's done there. All right, what Chris did is he just undid the clamp on the brake line. Got a bucket to catch it. We're gonna lose a little bit, but not much.
Yo, what up, guys? Some stuff happened while you all were out. Okay, so here we go. We took the suspension off. We're gonna take this off. I'm taking it off slowly. This is the one of 3 bolts that's holding it up. You got a car passing by. Anyways, just wanted to capture a few things that I did to take these bolts off to try and get around the exhaust when it starts to get lower down. We took the wheels off just for good measure. We took the brakes off, and look, you can see it's still dripping. And next thing to let go of, I think it'll be a good idea to take off the e-brake. So that's next, and we'll keep you informed. Thank you.
All right, where we at?
This thing's coming down. Alright, watch yourself.
Go ahead. There it goes. Doesn't sound too expensive yet. It's stuck on something. There it goes.
Take a crowbar and see if you can loosen that behind.
Alright, so we hit a stalemate temporarily. We need to go get a breaker bar. Why do we need the breaker bar again?
To take off the axles. They have a ring lock in there that needs to be snapped off.
Okay. And while he's doing that, he's going to go into Harbor Freight and pick up those tools. I'm going to continue brushing, cleaning this off. Then I'm going to use some carb cleaner and maybe some engine cleaner and degreaser. Try to break this up and clean it up before we slap it on there. Those fins were just nasty. Got a lot of this stuff off there, but we'll make it pretty. Yeah, this stuff works pretty good. I just sprayed it down. You can kind of see the stuff just falling right off. Just gonna let it saturate for a second, then I'm gonna take a brush to it, wire brush, and get the rest of it off there. Make this look sexy again. Make her sexy, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, look at that. Get it, girl. Alright, we'll just sit and wait. Alright, so I got a little liberal with the greaser, right? And the carb cleaner. Carb cleaner worked best, and I was taking off the grease, and what the hell is this, man? What the hell? The hell is correct, actually. This must be one of those special rear diff covers. It's got a pentagram on it. Oh man. So Satan's rear diff? I don't know. I'm just speculating. What the hell is that doing there? But anyways, it's coming along. Chris is gonna go get a wire brush from Harbor Freight, and we're gonna detail the crap out of this, make it look nice and pretty. And then we're gonna repaint it and go from there. But yes, this is gonna get installed today. I just want to make this look nice and pretty. Now I've seen these in different colors. I'm sure you can get these online from Greddy. So in theory, you can take your R200 stock diff, take the pumpkin out, and, the diff cover off, and then replace it with the Greddy style, but get the OS Geiken or the Quaife LSD for the R200, S13, S14. You can look at their website. The cool thing about Quaife is, yeah, they're made in England, but they have a lifetime warranty, even if you race it. And they're a little bit cheaper than the OS Geiken. So in theory, you can retain your R200 on your 280ZX and just put a helical LSD in there, and the Greddy cover looks like this one. Looks just like it, actually. It's made by Greddy. It's purple or whatever color you want. And that'd be the cheapest method to make one of these versus finding an 88, 87 turbo like I did and doing this. This is a lot of effort. It probably would have been easier just to take this diff cover off, right, on mine without taking anything out of the vehicle and insert the helical diff. Well, you may have to take some things off. Thinking about it, it should work without having to take the whole thing off and slapping the LSD in and then putting this cover in. Well, there we go. Okay, Chris just got back. I've been brushing on this. It's making progress. And yes, Chris just came back with the pry bar. He just popped the, what's this part called on the axle?
The axle. The axle
itself.
And so I just got a pry bar and just pried right here.
Yeah. Now I got to pull this out. There we go. One giant dog wishbone out. And there's the diff. Oh, she looks clean. In the fluid. Look at that.
Can you get to that bracket bolts? Those bracket bolts?
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I need that taken apart.
You need that? Alright, let's see if I can reach it. Alright, let me see. Let me turn this off. Okay, so what we noticed was on the rear diff, once I pulled this out, we did have to take these two bolts. On the long nose, there's two bolts, and then you take that little piece out right there, and it comes off. Let me show you on the rear diff over here. Technically, you have your subframe bar going across here. You only need to take these two bolts out. The plate comes off, and you don't have to worry about these. Once that plate comes off, take these two out, the plate comes off, this whole thing drops. Now we're about to drop the rear diff out and swap it for this one. now we're gonna pop the seal on this one right here.
Pry that? No, we're not taking this outside.
We're not.
No. But pry over there in that corner.
Hold on a second. All right, hold on a second. All right, I got it. Go ahead. There's the subframe and R200. Now we're just sliding that knuckle out. Well, it's not coming out as easy as the other one. You want to reach over and just pull it from my end?
No, let's take these bolts off now.
Okay. All right, here we go. So we're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth one. We're gonna take this one off now. Chris has gone on the bottom. You got it?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
And just go. Crank. Here we go. Got the old man strength right there. Now we gotta get some jams going. no copyright strikes, but yeah. Oh my God. So Bobby showed up here. Y'all remember him from the Tennessee museum trip with his brother a couple months ago. He's got some great dialogue here. Man, I wish we could record some of this shit. He was doing his DJ impression of, you know, who's coming up next on the mic. Anyways, the man of many impressions, including Trump. Hey, is this the best rear diff ever, Bobby?
I got it.
Some people say this is a good rear differential. I say it's the best differential.
The
only differential for this car. The best rear diff, that's what they call it. I don't call it that. They call it that. I walked in, I said, wow, what a great rear diff this is.
This is what we wedged out, so we're gonna wedge that bad boy back in eventually. But now, dun dun dun, OEM stock R200 long nose diff with 95,000 miles original.
Pick this up.
We're gonna pop this little bastard out of here.
Can I get in the hole?
No.
We're about to record a live accident.
Tony, I want you to pick it up from
All right,
here.
let me hit. All right, so we pulled it out. There is a vacuous hole in the rear of my vehicle, but look what we have here. This is the difference between the R200 OEM and the long nose LSD. The serial numbers are literally identical. The only difference is obviously here where the drive shaft connects. That has a square coupler. That has a cylindrical one. The diameter is the same, so they should fit. Other than that, obviously the oil capacity is bigger on this one. So about 2 quarts on this one, 1.5 quarts on this one. We're gonna find out here shortly. I'm just gonna swap this mount to here, and then we're gonna bolt it in. Everything else should line up fine. So yeah, let's do this. That's the next step. I'm just gonna swap this out real fast. All right, so I'm just gonna clean this off real quick. Before I put it on there, I'm just gonna degrease it and then place it back on there, scrub it real good, and make it nice and pretty. Damn, this thing's covered in grease. Look at that. Years and years of sludge. Anyways, you get the process. The R200 is pretty much done. I'm just gonna apply this, I just gotta clean this up, and then we're gonna mount it and go. That's it. Done deal. Next step is assembly. Okay, so I just cleaned this off. Now I'm just tightening it down. It looks a lot better. What a difference. There's the old one. I'm probably gonna open this up since it only has 95,000 miles. Chris says I should weld it and put it on the Blue 280ZX. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Welded diffs, yes or no? I mean, it's free. Just weld a plate in there, or put the Quaif LSD in there and a diff cover like this one from Gretty, and create an LSD and put that in my blue one. So there we go. So this is, I'm just going to tighten this down. We're going to bolt it back in. Actually, we're probably gonna take a break here and go jump in the pool. All right, here's the real test. So we swapped out, we made a mess here. We're gonna clean that up, don't worry. But we actually put the axe back in. Now we're gonna turn it because a limited slip, go ahead, Chris. When you rotate it, it should go in the same direction. There's no oil in it right now.
Even though it looks like we're not doing anything, Tony's turning with everything he's got on.
Well, I'm trying just one-handed.
Yeah, and which means that there is a real limited slip.
I really want to just rotate it and show that it's going in one direction. See, they're all going in the same direction. That's what I'm talking about. Well, that was open. We have a true limited slip. Now we just got to top it off with the good stuff. We have the Shock Proof Redline 7590 GL5 synthetic that we're going to pour in here. Actually, it had 8590 GL4 or GL5 Redline in that one. I forgot that I did actually swap it out. So that diff is good. Still debating weld or leave it alone and just sell it or modify it. But this is really cool. I'm geeking. We're gonna put this back in here shortly. All right. Okay, so Chris got really OCD and he said, hey, we gotta do something about this back cover here since we need to make it clean. And clean it is. Look at this thing. Wow. Not as purple as the Gretty one, but you know what? That looks pretty fine to me. It's gonna look pretty cool in the back. But look at that, man. A little OCD and some wire brushing and some brake cleaner and voila. What do you think, Fernando? Yeah, Fernando don't give a shit. Anyways, there we go. That looks cool. Now we got to put it back in that. All right. Okay, so Chris had the idea, hey, while we have this off, let's go ahead and fill this. So what we're going to do is go ahead and fill it to the fill line, and we're going to tip it back to the right orientation and then see how much drains out.
Just keep in mind, guys, that we already know it takes 1.5 quart. So even though we're holding it like this, fluid's supposed to come out of that when this thing is level. It is clearly not level. We're doing this out of convenience in this method.
And yes, it does look like strawberry gelato. There we go. Get that. Drink up, girl. The good stuff. All right, let me get the other one. Round two. Really clean though. Thanks, Bobby, for the extra hand. We're gonna hit the pool after this. We promised Bobby we'd go to the pool after this and maybe eat something. So next on the list for next week, I think the rack and pinion comes in on Monday. I bought the boots for that already. They already came in. It should be coming in from California. It was the, I'm trying to remember the vendor. L-Spec Datsun rebuilt it for me. I sent them the core already, and then Chris is going to help me with that. But other than that, Chris said he's willing to help me with the wiring diagram for the Chevy S10. You guys keep seeing in the videos in the back. We're going to get that running again shortly. And then once we get that running, I'll be able to drive that as a daily and not the Datsun so much. And the blue one hopefully be running. And yes, by Sylvia. Some of y'all responded in chat or asking about the Sylvia S14. Hopefully it'll be done in San Antonio. I can pick it up hopefully next week. We'll be driving that. And as for the Porsche, well, I showed Chris the Porsche today. What do you think about it?
Oh, it looked good.
It's in decent condition. It just needs to be, get all the gaskets done.
It's in terrible condition, but it should be primed for some videos of befores and afters.
Are we gonna, even though we put a 1.25, we're gonna just tighten it down and go with it? We're not gonna go to the fill line to see if it trips?
I'm pretty sure I put more than 1.5 too.
So you're saying overfilling is not a, well, this is also high capacity.
Yeah, it's good for it.
So what should we do is once we bolt this up, unbolt it and test it, let us see if it leaks out, or?
If you want to, but you're only going to leak out a lot of what's in there because it's high. It's probably higher than the fill level.
Are you saying the overfilling is not a bad thing?
No, it's not.
Can we set this down?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right, so we're at the pool chilling. We're gonna get back to the dip, but Fernando said he wanted to jump in the pool. He's like doing burnouts. What do you want? Come on. Jump in. All right, let's get back to it. Fernando's saying we need to get back to work.
Hero Taco Bell. Yeah, look how he looked when I said that.
He said, I like Taco
He
Bell.
his head like this.
You don't like stereotypes. You're profiling.
Does he know Taco Bell?
Yeah. I think he tried out for the part.
And moved his head. He got excited. Look, he got excited when I said Taco Bell.
¿Qué quieres, Fernando? Okay, so we did some investigative work. It turns out the R200 LSD with that extra capacity diff cover calls for 2.8 quarts, and we only had 2. So we're going to touch up on this tomorrow. So yeah, we'll finish this video tomorrow once we have another quart. I just ordered one just now. It won't arrive here. It won't arrive till tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to hold off until tomorrow. So there we go. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, so this weekend we came across an issue that was pointed out to us. It also rained pretty bad, so we had to we stopped for a second, right? So what we noticed is that on the drive shaft, this is the Z31 300Z LSD, and this is the 280ZX turbo drive shaft. And yes, they do line up. They do line up. We're gonna have to re-drill some holes to make sure this lines up perfectly. They're slightly off. The seating hub is perfect, but the holes are not right. So we're gonna have to drill or get an adapter. If we get the adapter, we're gonna have to wait a couple days. If we just drill it, we can make it work. There's the original one right there. And they're just slightly off, so we're gonna have to re-drill here. We're gonna line this up and we're gonna make it work, or we wait a couple days. So that's what we're at right now. All right, welcome back. So what we did here is we took my R200, and since it didn't quite line up, what we did here is we went ahead and drilled into this, and we did the meaty portion, so we spaced it out properly. Now, if you're going to do this with your R200, get it done at a professional shop. The only way to do this is if you had a modified drive shaft where you can take out these pins. These don't have any pins to remove this. This is all one piece. So I didn't have the option about getting the adapter for this. So if you're going to do this at home, you're going to have to go this route unless you get a custom drive shaft with some custom U-joints. Other than that, this is the best way to make this work. Or if you have a CD009 with the right adapter, you can probably use the existing drive shaft. You're still going to have to do this. So there we go. This is the final product. So always go to a professional machine shop, and basically what I did was I had to call a local shop near me. So Custom Fabricators and Repairs in College Station is who I got to do this. So basically here and now, we'll see how it turns out. I'll probably come back here with the final product and show it off. Well, thank you, sir, for your help. Yeah, appreciate it. And yeah, I'll shout out to Custom Fabricators and Brian. I'm out.